Bubba's. Hey, I can't record with you standing on me. Ow! This is starting out well. To tell you the truth, I thought this was going to be a beer episode. I decided I wanted a Paloma instead. Just saying. Hey guys, Chevyrell here. Welcome to all the new viewers. I noticed that I have had some new subscribers. If you want to know more about me, I'll put a little eye up here. I have an introduction video. You can go check that out or pull up some of my past episodes. I wanted to let you guys know that it has been brought to my attention that my editing and lighting is not some people's jam. I might have a strobe light effect, I don't know. Personally, when I see a strobe light, I'm like, cue the music. Bust me out some glow sticks, right? No. I'll be honest, when I first heard that people weren't really digging my editing, my heart hurt a little bit. I totally went back to the elementary school playground where people were making fun of me and I wanted to cry. So I had a strict talk with myself, like, snap out of it, dude. What do I tell everybody? What is like my motto that you guys have heard me say a million times?
You do you.
I need to take my own advice. For a split second, you guys, I was gonna change. I was gonna change what I was doing because I felt like, what did I feel like? My brain went to that place where I wanted to be a people pleaser and wanted to make everybody happy. And that is asinine. That is completely stupid. I can't do that. I watch a lot of videos, not just knitting podcasts. And the videos that I enjoy the most, personally for me, are the youngins who edit. I like a choppy edit. I enjoy when somebody cuts out all of like me taking long drinks in between. See, this is all time that I typically cut out, but I'm gonna leave it in for these ranting purposes. I would also cut that out. While I am highly edited and I look choppy to you guys, I'm cutting out ums, buts, so's, however, I say however a whole bunch. You know, it's like I know what I want to say, but my brain can't find the word, or my mouth can't say the word that's in my brain. Like, so I do have a lot of thinking, like, what's the word? Excuse me, I cut out burps because I drink. I have to be true to myself. I like my editing. Some people aren't into that or can't watch it. You know, like I don't want to induce a seizure in anybody. That would be terrible. But I did have to have a heart-to-heart with myself. Like, you can't please everyone. There are always going to be people who don't like you, don't like what you knit, don't like what you talk about, don't like your style. And the weird thing is that I know that people don't like the fact that I say shit and that I drink on my podcast and that I throw tarot cards. I'm aware of that, and none of that bothered me. Ever. Like, it's just different strokes for different folks, right? It wasn't so much that people didn't care for my editing style as much as seeing it in writing. You know, like, I know, I talk with my friends. I know you guys talk too. Like, you'll watch a podcast and be like, oh, I couldn't stand it, or, oh, I love her so much, or, you know, like, we talk about our podcasters, right? There are podcasters that I don't watch. There are so many podcasts, fiber podcasts in our world that somebody will find something, right? I will always be me. And I want you to know that everybody is welcome here. I am truly sorry if my editing style gets under your skin and that you don't, you know, you're not into it. We are real people with real feelings, and we do this because we enjoy sharing our craft with other like-minded fiber and textile enthusiasts, or cross stitch, or quilting, or, I mean, I follow all sorts of people, and I love that we can all share our craft with people. And I love that other people put themselves out there and share that. That's all I gotta say. I just kind of wanted to say that. I did have a little bit of a struggle for a minute. And the other dumb thing, the completely dumb thing, is that I get all of these wonderful, awesome comments from you guys that love my editing and love my humor and love the fact that I say shit and love the fact that I drink and, you know, like love all the things that make me me. And like one or two people can send me for a loop. Like, how dumb is that? So if that ever happens to you, be mindful of that too. That being said, let's talk about some fiber shit. What you think? I forgot to say, get your drink. My first FO is not blocked, but it is finished. That would be number 20 of the crochet squares, people. No idea what the yarn is. For those new viewers out there, I am slowly chugging away at crocheting, I almost said knit, at crocheting all 200 crochet blocks out of this book. I am currently on number 20, and I've shown you all of them as I do them. This is my next one. Next up is some old school. This is in my Tye Dye Kitchen bag. This is a spinning bag. For those of you who don't remember, there is a divider in here, and you can put your fiber on one side and your spindle on the other. I spun half of this on my Akerworks spindle. I like this spindle, but I wanted to go faster. I spun 2 ounces on my Akerworks spindle, and because I wanted to spin so bad, I spun the other 2 ounces on my wheel, which the experts say you shouldn't do. Like, you should stick to, because you're going to get a different amount of spin on your spindle compared to the spin you get on your wheel. So I did 2 singles. I did a drop spindle single and a single on my wheel, and then I plied it on my wheel, and it came out just fine. Now, I am going to, look at this. Isn't it cool? Oh, I wish you guys could feel how soft and squishy this is, because it is so squishy. This is Unique Fibers. No, Uniquely Yours. I purchased this at the Michigan Fiber Festival 2 years ago, I think. And last year, I think she might be, there's her contact information. I think she might have closed up shop or is taking a break, because last year all of her stuff was on sale. This is 60% superwash merino, 30% bamboo, 10% nylon, 4.4 ounces. And I only got, it was 38 on my Knitty Knotty. So what is that? 70, 38, 76. See, did you see that? It was almost painful. 76 yards, but it's super bulky. I didn't care. I just wanted to spin. Now, I had a huge spinning bug. I watch a podcast called So Perfect Purl, and her name is Jade. I've watched her for a long time. She spins a lot. She also weaves, but her spinning is gorgeous. It's so pretty. Everything she spins is so pretty. And the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes, and maybe it was because I was on the baby knit train. I feel like my lips are real chapped. Not that lip gloss is going to help with the chap, but maybe they won't be so dry. Maybe it was because I was on the baby knit train and I was sort of under a time crunch, that it was one of those things that I wanted to spin and I couldn't because I had so many other things that I had to do. And then I'm watching Jade spin this beautiful fiber, and it's like, I just want to spin. So I made that happen.
Whips!
Who recognizes this? Anyone? Show of hands. This is my Sous. And wait until you hear about this. I was feeling adventurous the other night, right? So I get my Sous out. For those new viewers, I've been working on this for a while and I was basically pissed at it and I haven't touched it in a long time. So I'm like, I'm gonna get the Sous out. So I get it out. I look at it, immediately find a mistake and was super pissed and put it back in its bag. I still am mad at it. Urgh. I am leaving that, you guys. It's right here. Here again, some of you, your eyes probably twitching, but I don't care. I'm not ripping that back. If you're wearing it, I'm the only one that's going to know that it's there. I don't give a shit. But I'm going to readdress this. I do want to knit on it. Famous last words, I'm going to try and make it a priority, at least a little bit at a time. Even if I can pump out a couple rows, I'm at least doing something on it, right? Now, the cool thing that I have added to this awesomeness is, have y'all ever seen one of these? These are from Barbara at Knitting I Love. Remember when I talked about her on the last podcast, I said that I had some stuff coming. I was excited to show you. These are her pouches, and how they work. First off, they're felt. You can't really, when I first saw them, I thought they were leather. They are felt, so they are extremely light. And then there's a ruler on the back. She has a video that shows you how these work, which is going to be way better than me showing you, but I'm still going to show you. It keeps your needles wrangled in your bag. So you undo the strap and you pull them out. So this is what you do. You take your needles and you wrap them around and make a loop. You know, hot mess express, right? So you make a loop, see? Then you put your needles in here and you put that loop right there on top of the snap. Then you snap it and you're wrangled. Look at that. Love them. I ordered 2 of them. You'll see my other one on my next whip. I'm really gonna try hard on this. I have the back done for new viewers. That's the back right there. All I have is the front, but it's double moss stitch or double seed stitch, whatever you call it. And it is not hard. It's not hard.
It is so slow.
It is so windy here today. There was just a huge gust of wind and I thought somebody was walking in my sliding glass door. Not even kidding you. That's what that sounded like. I was about ready to throat punch somebody. Do you guys ever think what you would do if somebody came into your house? I'm not even kidding you. Dan came home from work early the other day and I was in the back bedroom folding clothes and I heard him walking down the hallway. And the way our house is it's like long. So when you're in the back bedroom, like there's no way out. You're in the very back of the house and I was cornered, right? So I'm immediately thinking like, what would I do? What can I stab him with? I'm going to kick him in the balls. There's no way I can get to my weapon. What do I do? And then dude walked around the corner and I was like, you scared the shit out of me. Don't you ever do that to me again. You need to announce yourself when you walk into this house. Honey, I am home is required. Not that we're having kids, but that could have been very bad for you. The thought crossed my mind to just like, right? My next whip is in my bird leg bag, mushroom bag. Y'all know what this is. Barbara, also from Knitting I Love, sent me this super cool keychain bag pull. That's what I'm using it for, bag pull. Now, let me see if I can remember. Okay. Oh, let me show you what it is for the peeps who don't know what it is. This is the Ives sweater by Jared Flood. I haven't talked about this in a minute. Isn't it cool? Okay. This is not a beginner pattern. There is a lot of
do this while you're doing that, while you're doing this, and then you're gonna end that, but you're gonna add that, and you're gonna do this on this row, and then you're gonna stand on your head and pat your stomach and rub your head, like that.
It's one of those patterns, so if you like this sweater, it's awesome, but be prepared. This is also, let me see another picture. I don't think there's a good picture to show. I'm gonna show this way back here. See how it's sideways? It's knit this way. So most sweaters are knit this way, it's knit this way. So when you, I guess there really isn't anything on there that you can't tell what it is. There's no measurements or schematics or anything. On this particular pattern, the thing that is important is
your row gauge, not your, row gauge. Your row gauge is the most important. Like normally we do stitch gauge, and it's your row gauge. You really have to make sure that your rows are on gauge.
Can I say row gauge any more times? Row gauge. Okay, it's out of my system. The last time you saw this, I was knitting the back. This is very scrunched up. Look at that. This is Brooklyn Tweed Loft, okay? Anybody who has ever knit with this knows that it is marvelous, darling. This is a woolen spun yarn. I don't know if you can get that from that. It is light and airy and lofty. There you go, loft. This is a fingering weight. It is in, and I don't have the ball band. Yes, I do. Hey, look at me go. No, I don't.
The pad. Why is that in here?
Hot Mess Express. Anyway, it's loft. Hold on. Let me grab it. Let me grab it. Good grief. Hold on. Let me take another drink. This is going to be the longest episode ever. And here, I thought it was going to be real short. Almost forgot. It's Pajama Pants Friday. I got out of work early. Put on the pajama pants. I got to show you. First off, I sewed these pants. Aren't they cool? It's the little pocket. Okay, the pocket is way small. I wish it was like way bigger than that because I am not a sewist, a seamstress, a sewer of things. I did follow this pattern, but look, can you see it? It's cheap. I got this fabric at a yarn shop. I'm just gonna sit down and continue to talk about this. I got this fabric at a yarn shop when we went down to visit Dan's mom in Oklahoma. And I apologize, I can't remember the yarn shop, but the owner of the yarn shop's daughter is the one that designed that. Look at this, how hot is that? Is the one that designed this fabric. She designed it, isn't that awesome? Anyway, it's Pajama Pant Friday. Cheers. I didn't even take a nap, y'all. I was going to take a nap and then record, and I was so excited to record that I was like, I'm just going to record. So I'll drink my tequila, and then I'll take a little nap. Loft, there it is. And this is fingering weight, 275 yards. Wow. Sourced in Johnson County, West Virginia. It's Wyoming. Sourced in Johnson County, Wyoming. Spun in Harrisville, New Hampshire. And dyed in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. How awesome is that? This is the Soot colorway. And it is American Targhee Columbia wool. Is it Targhee or Targhee? Because I hear people say it both ways. And I'm not real sure. But American Targhee Colombian wool. Anyway, it's awesome. The last time you guys saw that, this is the back, and it's all wrinkly because it's been crammed in my bag. But you knit it this way, right? The last time you saw this was where that little Camp Light stitch marker is. So I got all this done. And then here's my other Knitting I Love You pouch. Oh, you guys, I love it. It's seriously like, so light. There's nothing to it. Let me take it out of here so I can show you. This is so addicting. It's really the only thing I want to knit on. This is the front. So I've gotten that far. It's really the only thing I want to knit on. I have to force myself to knit on other things. I really, really enjoy knitting on this. And I think it's the yarn. This yarn is amazing. It's so enjoyable. And the other cool thing about this is you can spit splice it. So there's no ends to weave in. Fucking holla. One other thing about Woolen spun yarns, for those of you that do not watch the Fat Squirrel Speaks, which is Amy Beth, she's also a sewer of bags. I'm sure all of you do watch Amy Beth. I think pretty much everyone does. If you do not and are interested in yarny things, she just did a bonus episode on Woolen spun yarns, and it's very, very informative. And Loft, the yarn that I'm using, is one of the yarns that she talks about in that video. She talks about some different brands, and it's a really good video. I'm super glad that she did it. I learned a lot of things. While I am probably one of the least professional people there is, because, you know, it's not really my jam. Amy Beth has a way with words that I do not. So I suggest that if you like to be educated, go check out that video. My last whip is my vanilla is the new black socks. These are for Dan. Isn't that cool? Now, one thing that I haven't touched base on before, and I don't know if y'all noticed, this is stockinette and this is Purl. The cool thing with this heel is it's reversible. You could really wear it both ways. These are Dan socks. New viewers, that's my man. You can go, he's been in other, maybe I'll link something. We did some questions one time. You guys, I have to tell you, it's almost beard shaving season. I love Dan's beard like a whole bunch. And I get it. I would not want to mow the grass in 100-degree weather with a beard either. So I understand. Like, I get it. But it still makes me so sad when he shaves his beard. I cry. I don't really cry. I'm being dramatic, but it makes me really sad. He is such a fun sport. I'll see if I can find a picture. I am usually the one that shaves it, so I'll show you some fun stuff that we do. Maybe if I can find cool pictures, I think I have them. We have a lot of fun while I'm shaving it off, but it makes me so sad. Ugh. Anyway, these are his socks. I started this one and I was so close to the heel that I was going to a movie and I wanted to knit on it in the movie. So I put these, whoops, and I'm dropping stitches. Stand by.
Good grief. This is the boring stuff that I cut out. Because nobody wants to watch me pick that stitch up for 5 minutes. I'm sorry. Or at least I don't want to watch someone pick a stitch up for 5 minutes. That's just me.
So then I started this cuff. The last time you saw these, it was right here. So I've gotten all this done. I need his foot. He wears a 10.5. These just look really long to me. I Googled how many inches. How dumb is this? Wait, a size, he's a 10. A size 10 foot is 10.65 inches. Why? Wouldn't that be like a 10.5? I think that's so dumb. The pattern says, I'm not giving away any secrets to us people. Y'all know how to knit a toe. It says to knit the foot until you have 2 inches left. Which, this is 8.5 inches. So I think I'm ready for the toe, but I want him to try it on before I start. Now, the cool thing, this yarn is, the tag's right here. This yarn is a Whimsical wool yarn company, and the colorway is called Creepy Ass, which I love, because I love the cuss words. I thought it was super cool that it did this, right? Well, I was so excited about the heel because I love pooling. Some people try everything in their power to not pool. Now, I do realize that this is not the best yarn for this heel, but Dan doesn't care, and I really just wanted to knit it, and I will totally knit it again for myself. While it's not the best yarn to showcase the heel, I really like this heel. I'm very interested to see how it fits on Dan. I'm actually going to try it on because I want to see how it at least fits on me. I know I'm not going to be able to wear it, but I'd like to see how it fits anyway. I really, really like this pattern. This yarn is awesome. I mean, look at that highlighter yellow. Are your eyes burning? That's my last whip. This next segment I will call Knits in the Wild, which was actually perfect timing. My friend Sarah texted me today. How many of y'all have knit something for a baby and never ever seen the baby wear it? If I could figure out how to like cartoon steam out of my ears, I would do that. Because I have knit for babies, and I'm talking family members, people. Never saw them in it. Didn't get a thank you. Never saw them wear it. Don't know what happened to it. Now, that's on me. That's totally on me. That's on us, right? We have to give them something to figure out whether they are knit worthy or not. Am I right? My friend Sarah commissioned me to knit this baby sweater. She worked with this gal, and her wife were having a baby. This is her wife as a baby. She is from Ireland, and look how cute that is. So Sarah said, I would love to recreate this sweater and knit it for their baby. This was, I believe, 2.5 years ago, which it's commission. That's totally different ballgame, right? Like, fine. So I knit the sweater. I get a picture of their baby in it. This was 2.5 years ago. Awesome, right? I mean, here's a commission, and I am seeing this knit in the wild, baby wearing it. I have knit for family members and not seen them wear it. And here, this is a commission piece, and the person that I knit it for is showing it to me, the baby in it. How awesome is that? And it's a friend, it's not even family. So today, which tell me that the universe doesn't know what the hell it's doing, tell me. I'm recording tonight. I get this text today from my friend Sarah. This is baby number 2 in it. At daycare, happy St. Patrick's Day. She got a text from the moms saying that all the daycare workers were losing their mind over the cuteness. This sweater that I knit for people that I don't know, I am getting pictures. Like, is this not what we dream of from Muggles as knitters? I mean, I do. I don't know about y'all, but it made my day. It made my day. I knew that you guys would enjoy it too because knits in the wild are always awesome, right? I can't tell you what that sweater is because I don't do project pages. And I get so much shit for not doing project pages. The people who do that, if you are one of those people, high five, you are amazing. I suck. I mean, I could probably find it, but it'd have to be some digging. I do think that the yarn I used for the sweater is Knit Picks because I wanted it to be washable. Like, it's a wool blend, but I wanted it to be washable because neither one of them are knitters and, you know, it's baby and blah, blah, blah. I'd really have to do some digging for what the pattern is. If any of you really, really want to know, I would totally do the digging for you. I'm sure I could find it somehow. I'm really bad at Ravelry, you guys. I'm really bad. Okay, speaking of heirloom type stuff, I got a comment from Deborah on, I think it was 2 podcasts ago. Maybe it was just 1 podcast ago. I think it was 2 podcasts ago. I got a comment from Deborah, and she wanted to know what my favorite memorable textile was. That is a really hard question. I am blessed enough to have many heirloom textiles in my family. I have shown a quilt that my great grandma's aunts made for her in a past episode. I'll try and put an eye up there if I can find it. I have shown that. It is very old. It is an old like white and red quilt, and I'm talking like early 1900s, maybe late 1800s. I do have it. I love it very much. I just, the history on that makes me. So that being said, as I'm rambling on and on, I don't really have a favorite, but I will show you some things that I know one of them I haven't shown on the podcast, and the other one I can't remember if I showed on the podcast or not, but just a minute. Okay, have I shown this? I can't remember. This was done, and I believe it looks like cross stitch, but I think that that's crewel, right? Or is it cross stitch? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Those are definitely X's. This was done for me by my great grandma, who was my dad's grandma. So my dad's mom, my grandma Ree, made this for me. My middle name is Rell, so that's where Chevyrell comes from, for those of you who are new viewers. Oh, right there, Grandma Marie, which nobody ever called her Marie. She's Grandma Marie. Grandma Marie made for Chevis 1980. There is a picture of her holding me, but she died, I believe, a month after I was born. So I never got to meet, well, I met her, but I don't remember her. There is a picture of her holding me as a baby. This is something that my mom sent home with me, and this is actually the first time I'm opening it, and I am very impressed at how soft it is, to be honest. This is a blanket. Hold on, let me tell you. This is a blanket that was, I don't know the whole story on this. It's crocheted, and then the figures are embroidered on top of it. They're X's, they're cross-stitched. Like, those are X's. So somebody made the blanket, and then somebody cross-stitched the little characters on it, or animals, whatever. This was made by my grandma Nada, who a lot of you have heard me talk about. She's that person that she's been gone for many years, and still to this day, when I'm having a really bad day and I need a hug, she's who I want a hug from. But she, I think, probably crocheted the blanket, and then her friend Hazel, who was also her neighbor, did the cross stitching. I think. I could be wrong, but that's what I think it is. So let me stand back here. Here it is in all its glory. This is the first time I'm really seeing it. So my mom had this. That's blowing out. It's a buttery yellow color. This was back, oh, there's a better color representation. This was back when acrylic was icky. Like, most of the things that my grandma Nada crocheted, and I've told this story before too. You'd go to Grandma Nada's house and she'd be like, "Are you cold, honey?" You're like laying down on the couch watching a movie, and you're like, "Yeah, let me get you a blanket." And she'd give you a blanket, and it'd be like, "There's holes in this blanket." But not only were there holes in the blanket, it was so scratchy and like icky feeling because it was acrylic. So I'm really surprised at how soft this is. And the back, look how nice the back looks. I bet you Hazel did the animals. I bet you Grandma Nada crocheted it and Hazel did the top stitching. Because I don't recall Grandma Nada doing any of that. Look, you guys, it's a lamb. Aww, that's awesome. So this is new to me. I don't know, Deborah, if it's like a favorite or a most memorable, but like I said, I am blessed to have quite a few things. And right now, this is top of mind awareness because I've never seen it before. So this is new to me. Next up is some gifts because people are so flippin' nice. PJ is the owner of City Street Textiles. She is on Instagram. She has a website. Go check her out. She sent me an awesome, awesome gift. She used to have a brick and mortar store called Cottage Fiber, and it was in Kansas City or near Kansas City. It might not have started in Kansas City, but it ended in Kansas City. So if any of y'all are from that area, you might know her. She's been in the fiber game for a long time. I believe she started in the 70s. She taught herself how to spin. Her main thing is weaving. She is really into weaving. They closed their brick and mortar store, and now she just does an online store. She has so much stuff that is awesome. She has bats. She has yarn. She has project bags. She has locks, like curly locks. Did I already say stitch markers? She has needle holders. She has a bunch of stuff, pin cushions. She has cool stuff on her website. One of the things that I think is perhaps the coolest, and it might just be because I don't get it because I'm not a weaver, but she has these things she calls warp bundles, and they're like braids. I'll try to insert a picture here for those of you who are weavers. They're cut braids, so you come up with your weft, and these are your warps. Like I said, I'm talking about stuff I don't know what I'm talking about. But they're so fun looking. It's almost like a novelty yarn look. Like it's this hodgepodge of cut warps. Go check her stuff out. She enjoys the podcast. And as a thank you for me doing the podcast, which is so flippin' sweet and not anticipated at all, she wrote me a note and asked if she could send me something as a thank you. And you just know when people are your people. This is what she sent me. How cool is this box? This is the Starman Tarot. It is by David DeAngelis, which I might be saying that wrong, but that, my friends, is David Bowie. This artist helped with the art for David Bowie's Outsider, is that right? Outsider and Earthling albums, and then he made a tarot deck. But look how cool, look how this opens. Isn't that awesome? You guys know I love David Bowie because Jareth's my boyfriend, right? Not only did she get me the deck, she got me the pouch that the cards go in. How cool is that? So PJ, thank you so much. Go check out her website, and all of the awesomeness on it is very cool. My next gift is a belated birthday present from Kathy in Canada. Thank you so much. She got me a card. You know I love my smushed face doggies. This is why this was going to be a beer episode. I wanted to use my new koozie. I have used it already, but I wanted to use it on the podcast. And it says The Endless Summer in Search of the Perfect Wave, which this will be awesome when we go visit my buddy Jay, who lives on the river. There aren't very many waves on the river. You know, actually there are no waves really here in the Midwest. But he has one of those boats that like makes a wave so you can wakeboard behind it. So this will be my my boat koozie. Then she also, I don't know if she made it or if someone else made it, but it's a tissue holder. And I love these things. My friend Sarah made me one. I keep it in my car. This I'm going to keep in my bag. So that's cool. And then this, you guys, a mushroom stitch marker. Are you kidding me? I love it so much. And then this yarn, look, it's my color. Green is my color. And This is Orange Octopus hand-dyed yarn. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it's the Everybody In colorway. So thank you so much. When I started this podcast, I never in a million years thought that people would send me birthday presents. So you guys rock. Thank you so much. That's so nice. Then the Knotty Knitwits, my girls Michelle and Leslie, you know them out on the West Coast. They sent me a little something something. This is a Chic-A bag, and the cool thing about this is that this is oilcloth, and then this is actual cloth. Now, she said that I could do this for a giveaway, so this might be a giveaway. She also sent me Tuft Woolen Pink Peppermint, which I've thought about this, and dude, that smells so good. You could almost eat that. This is Wool Wash, for those of you who have never heard of Tuft Woolen. This one I am keeping. Look at that. And the reason that I am keeping this is because you guys have heard me talk about Carrie from the Creative Obsession. She used to dye yarn and no longer does. I never had any of her yarn, so I'm very excited to have this. She's the one that made me, well, hold on, let me show you. She does a podcast, so those of you who don't watch her, you should go check out her episodes. Carrie is just like a really cool human walking the face of the planet, and like she just is. She's our people, trust me. Some of you have seen this before. My spindle lives on it. Carrie made me this. She crocheted around it, and then she did these things, and it's for my progress keepers. And then I also put all of my buttons on it. So that's where they live. Carrie is awesome people, so I was really excited to add one of her precious skeins of yarn to my stash because she's not making them anymore. The other thing that Michelle sent me, or Michelle and Leslie, is one of their enamel pins. Here is the thing, it's totally not picking it up at all. This is glittery, bedazzled goodness right here. You can purchase these, and I will link them. I have been talking forever. We're almost done, I promise. I have another birthday present that I want to show you. This is not fiber related, but it is definitely coolness related. Okay, so my brother is Cade. This is Cade. His girl is Logan. Actually, I'll show a family picture instead. This is from the baby shower. Cade is on the left. Logan is obviously the pregnant one. Then it's my mom, then it's me. My mom's gonna shit that I have put her picture on the internet. I love you, Mom. She's real shy. So Becca is Logan's brother's girl, and Becca is amazing, and we are sort of kindred spirits. Her Ada, who's her grandma, she called her Ada, read cards, so we sort of have that in common. She is the one that I made the tarot box for. This is what she made me for my birthday. Tell me how freaking cool that is. Look at that. Now, you see the mushroom. Look at the water. There's a frog. That is a tarot card. Those are tarot cards. These are tarot cards. She texted me and asked me if there is any like folklore or whatever about a deck being separated, like if you lose a card out of a deck. And I said, that's all really personal. You know me, I just dabble in it. There are probably some people who are very like strict about it. I am not. I did say, for me, I would never separate a deck. Like if I had an incomplete deck, that would make me nuts. My decks are always together. So I was thinking that she had, because she has a deck. She just got her first deck, which from Logan for her birthday last November, which is why I made her that tarot box to keep her cards in, right? So I was thinking that she lost a tarot card when she asked me that. I'm like, why? Did you lose a card? And she's like, no. Well, she was making me this, you guys. See this little bundle of cards? And then she made me this, and this frog is sitting on a card, right? This is the rest of the deck. She made me the whole stinking deck. How cute is that? I'm going to use them. It makes me so happy. So that was probably one of my favorite birthday gifts. Real quick, another giveaway. I mentioned my needle pouches from Barbara at Knitting I Love. Hold on, where am I here? I also purchased, which you guys did not get to see, which she also makes, little tags. These are so adorable, you guys. There's these. So you sew these on your stuff like this, right? So this could go on a blanket or, well, whatever you wanted. She has them both ways. So she has them up like that, or she also has them flipped. So like if you were gonna put them on a hat, they'd read right. Then she has these little felt guys, a little cactus, and these little hearts. So I got quite a few of those. Well, she sent you guys stuff for a giveaway. How cool is that? How flippin' cool is that? Not only do you get a pouch, you get some of her labels as well. I will get a giveaway together. I haven't decided what that is yet, but I will get one together. Hopefully the next podcast, because I have some giveaway stuff. I also have a couple ideas, but I need to think about it. I am going to wrap it up here real quick. I mentioned Curiosity Incorporated on my last video, the Potter's House. I was pleased to hear that some of you had already been watching those videos. They are very cool. For those of you who don't know, I'll link last episode to it. It's a guy who's up in Canada that owns an antique store, and he bought a hoarder's house and has documented his entire journey. He's still in the journey. I am 2 episodes behind of his. I'm very excited to see where he is at on that. The other thing, and probably the last thing, is I am not very active in the Ravelry group. I don't really do a whole lot on Ravelry. See project pages. There is this dude named Brandon, and he is a comedian. He does a whole bunch of stuff, but what he kind of his shtick or whatnot on YouTube is he teaches himself how to do things. Like one was a yo-yo. I started a thread on the Chevyrell Stuff Ravelry group thread, which I'll link down below. And he did knitting. He taught himself on YouTube knitting, crochet, and sewing, and they're a hoot. He's just funny. If you're interested in a giggle, because they are pretty funny, go watch those. Outside of that, thank you for spending all this time with me. I feel like this is a super long episode. We'll see how much I can cut out with editing. Ums, buts, so's, and ands. If you're not subscribed already and you like this crazy train, feel free to like, thumbs up, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. And until we meet again, see you later.